Akeem Mesidor, and Mark Fletcher Jr. Let's go ahead and start taking questions. We'll start right over here on our left, gentlemen, second row.
Tim Reynolds with the AP. Mark, at the end, you spent a lot of time in the end zone. Just what was going through your thoughts at that moment? I assume looking for your mom. I don't know exactly where she was in the stands, but were you able to? I guess what did you take away from those couple of minutes out there?
I was just waiting for my family to come down. I just wanted to see them. They just been such a great support system, and those are the first people I just wanted to go hug after the game. So I was just waiting on them to make their way down.
We're going to take our next question we'll stay right here on the left in the middle.
Andrea Adelson with ESPN for Akeem and Rueben on the fourth down touchdown run from their quarterback. Can you just say what you saw on that play and maybe what y'all thought they may do and kind of how it unfolded from your vantage points?
They did exactly what we expected and what we talked about. It was just, miscommunication.
Come down here in our very front row to our right.
Gary Furman, CaneSport.com. Rueben and Akeem, you guys had a season this year unlike many defensive end duos have had in college football. What memories will you take with you as you move on to other things?
So with everything, even today, from the first time we met each other and to the future, we're going to continue to communicate, see each other, talk to each other, this, that, and the third. It's been a long journey, long process. My first year here, he was my mentor. Coming into my second year, it was the same thing, even my third. Now we actually got to live out that dream that we always talked about when I got here. So it's a lot of moments that's going to be cherished, a lot of convos you're going to reflect on, and something that we're going to continue to build on this brotherhood that we got.
Yeah, he's my brother, man. I seen Ruben grow. I was a senior when I was a true senior when he was a freshman. I've been in this corner since day one. We've been roommates ever since he got here. Game day roommates. It's my brother, man. He makes me better, and I'll always be grateful for that. And there's nobody else in this world I'd rather play beside.
I do want to take a minute, recognize Coach Mario Cristobal. Coach, if you want to jump in with maybe a quick opening statement, then we'll resume questions, please.
First and foremost, thanking God for the opportunity to be here today, and really, I'd like to recognize these three young men and their teammates for the best thing that's happened to Miami and the University of Miami in over 2 decades. And it's not the result we wanted. Credit to Indiana. They're a great football team. But to these guys right here, I couldn't be more proud to be associated with them. I love them. They're absolutely incredible human beings, competitors, resilient. And I want to thank them and the rest of their teammates. And it's a tough one to have to eat, but we will. And that's it.
Thank you. Let's resume questions. We're going to go over to our right-hand side, middle of the third row.
Coach Cristobal, Chrissy Freud, USA Today Sports Media Group. Unfortunate ending for Carson today with that interception, but can you describe what you saw out of him today and just overall this season as a prospect and a player?
Same we see from all our guys. A lot of resiliency, just continued, really tremendous work ethic, earned the respect of his teammates working hard with him. I mean, we win together, we lose together. Proud of him. Like to have that last one back, but again, a lot of the plays made throughout the course of the year from the guys up here on stage and the guys in that locker room got us here to this moment and gave us an opportunity all the way to the end. So proud of him.
We'll come back over here to the middle. Left.
Brian London, Real Ones Canes Podcast, Believe Network. Coach Cristobal, can you just reflect on the journey that these three guys especially, but everyone that's been with you since you got here, that you've been on to get from where you came in to now, to this moment?
They had the guts, the faith, and the trust to look at a place that was a complete mess and say, I'm going to be the person, I'm going to be a man of action. I'm going to make things real, and I'm going to make the University of Miami a prominent program once again. And we're going to win, and we're going to win big, and we're going to change the culture. And that's not easy. A lot of people look at that, they shy away from it. These guys are legitimate, like big time human beings. Going to be awesome fathers and husbands and leaders of the community way beyond football. And I think everybody associated with the University of Miami, and really even if you're a college football fan, you got to be fans of these guys, because these guys certainly, they represent the way it's supposed to be done.
Stay right over here.
Mario, as a follow-up to what you were asked about Carson, it looked like there was some miscommunication on that last throw. Can you just kind of take us through what happened there?
It's the right place to go with the ball. Just got to be a little bit further and a little bit farther outside. So we didn't connect on it and turnover.
Once again, we'll stay over here on our left side by the aisle.
Alex Peterman, Palm Beach Post. Coach, just a couple of days ago, you talked about the need to be a fighter, to jump into the fight, and taking those steps to build that program. And in the past, perhaps sometimes those steps, maybe as painful as they are, have not been taken appropriately. Is this a painful step in that process, and is just one more step that that you have to take and get through in order to get one more win in the next season?
I mean, I think any loss, of course, is always going to be painful, but I'd like to reflect upon the fact that these guys won 13 games this year and won a postseason playoff game, got to the playoffs for the first time in Miami history, and then beat 4 top 10 teams, beat 7 top 25 teams, won the Fiesta Bowl, won the Cotton Bowl, and you know what? I'll take full blame for it. We're one drive short of winning the national championship. So I don't see anything negative, but I do see pain in moments like this, and we should. If we're a competitor that's worth anything, you feel it and you use it and you give those feelings a direction. I know the guys coming back will, and I know that the guys moving on will also use that as fuel.
Far left-hand side.
Mario, Tim Reynolds, AP. You talk about the guys who are coming back. Mark finds the end zone twice tonight. Mally gets in there once. I know there's time to get ready for next season, but just how good do you feel about the leadership going forward, knowing that you've got those two guys among the kids coming back?
I think it can't be understated what these guys have done. I can't understate that. The ability to take a team on November 1st that was lower than, low, and to find a way that every single day hold people accountable, demand the best of them, bring energy and enthusiasm to practice, and get the results on a weekly basis of 1-0 for, I think, 7 weeks straight. It is a testament to what they are. It's a testament to their choice and their determination and being true men of action. And again, they're the best thing that's happened to Miami, the University of Miami, and our community in 25 years. So
We're going to move to our right-hand side on the aisle.
Yeah, Coach Jeff Robjohns, Peaks.com. Now that you've gone against them, been on the field with them, can you just help us get a little insight into what makes Indiana's defense as effective as they've been all year and were tonight?
good players, good scheme. They're mature, they're older, they spend a lot of time around each other, so they understand how to leverage the ball, communicate really well. And they certainly had a really good first half against us. A lot of credit to them. Felt in the second half we're really starting to generate a lot of yards and points and whatnot, and felt at the end there we were also generating some good chunk plays. And then credit to them, they came up with a big play right there when it counted at the end. But they're a very well coached operation, very high end players. I know that sometimes we lose sight of the fact that guys develop. They've been developed well, both James Madison and here, and again, credit to them. They won the game.
Come back down here on our left-hand side, Andrea.
Mario, you mentioned players using what happened tonight as fuel, knowing how much you have put in. How much will you use this as fuel as you move forward to try and get a championship for Miami?
Well, I mean, it's not about me. I mean, doesn't matter the day or the time. I'm always going to be really, really motivated because this is not for me. This is for the University of Miami. So our drive and determination has always been off the charts, and it's fueled by them. Like, I want to do well by them, and the fact that they leave here without the national title in hand like that it's really hard to deal with that. And again, if you're worth a damn as a competitor, you take all that stuff and you give it a direction. And the direction is to always let these guys know wherever they are in life, always got their back, always a phone call away, no matter what. Like my coaches have always been for me. And the ones that follow them, they will understand what the standard is, and they'll be held to it. They'll be held to that standard by these guys wherever they are, and holding them. But they've also learned it now, and now it's got to be put into action. You don't just automatically return to a game like this just because you're mad. I think that's the biggest misconception in sports. Oh well, they almost got there; they'll be back next year. That's a bunch of bull. You got to apply all the lessons learned. You've got to improve from a roster standpoint, regiment standpoint, discipline, everything, and move forward. And these guys have set the standard to help us get there.
Any final questions? We'll take one last one from right down here. Go ahead, Andrew.
I'll ask one more for Mark. What was the message from Coach in the locker room, especially because you are coming back and you can kind of help lead the new group of guys that are going to be coming in or already here, and some of the other guys who are going to help try and get you guys a championship?
He just told us, let's just get back to work. You know, this one hurt, and it's supposed to hurt. Like you've been saying, if you work the damn as a competitor, like, you know, it's going to hurt. But the people who going back, we know what it takes, and we just got to go back to work. That's all we do.
As Coach said, incredible season. Congratulations. Thank you for tonight.
Good evening. That was Mark Fletcher, Rueben Bain, Akeem Mesidor, and Coach Mario Cristobal after last night's 27-21 loss against Indiana in the National Championship Game at Hard Rock. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the game. Well, like you said, if you're worth the damn, use this as motivation going into next year. And the one goal next year must be get to Vegas. But, 3 plays did us in last night. The block punt, Alex misses an assignment. He whiffed on the block, and the guy got to Dylan, and we give up a touchdown there. That hurt. I mean, you can't make mistakes against these guys because they will kill you. They will make you pay for mistakes. On one of their touchdowns, on a 3rd and 13, Rueben goes offside. That's 5 yards. May not be much, but against that team, any mistake, they make you pay for it, and they did there. 3rd, Carson on the last throw. There's some miscommunication there. Had to go a little farther. That did not happen there. Some say it should not have been thrown at all. I mean, I think he was trying to go back shoulder a little further for Keelan. I think Keelan maybe cut off the route. I don't know what happened. Maybe some miscommunication there. But, the bottom line is Indiana's a great football team. They're a better team. Then they won. It came down to the simple fact Indiana made the plays that we didn't. They were the better football team last night, and they're national champions because of it. The fact of the matter is we had 7 penalties for 60 yards. 5 of them on defense. Holding, the PI, face mask, holding, offside. The offside was the one with the killer. That was the killer on the offside because they got a TD off that. They kept that drive going. They made us pay. When you see Indiana on the penalties last night, they had one roughing the passer that helped us on that final drive, but they had 4 penalties for 23. But the one thing they killed us on last night was on 3rd down. 3rd down, they were 40%, 6 for 13 on 3rd downs. But the bigger one was on 4th down. When they killed us on the drive, they went back up 10 again. On 3rd down, they go back to Becker, and Ethan gets beat twice by Becker, especially on key plays. And that's a killer. That's a killer. They go to Becker there on the big play, on the another back shoulder throw. You got to credit Mendoza, credit Becker for making that play. Again, we don't come up with the big stop when we needed to. Indiana made those plays. We didn't. That's the simple reality. We held them to a field goal. I figure, okay, minute 42, no timeouts. Carson leads us down the field to get us a title, but it wasn't to be. Indiana made the play on the miscommunication. They got the title because of it. But again, 3 plays killed us: the block punt, the missed field goal at the end of the first half from Carter, and then the interception by Carson to end the game. So that's what it came down to. So let me give my final report card of the season for this game. Offense, I'm going to give a C. There were 2 penalties, but Carson on the last throw wasn't there. And also their stunts were killing us. Also early in the game, we played our worst half of football in the first half, 69 yards. Cannot do that against a great team like Indiana, because they make you pay for mistakes, and they made us pay for ours last night. Defense, I'm gonna give a C as well. The penalties, the penalties hurt us there. 5 penalties of our 7 for 50 yards. Also, the fact is we did not come up with the big stop on 3rd downs when we needed to late, and on 4th down as well. We didn't come up with that one key stop we needed to give us a chance to win late. Even though we did get that chance, we did get the field goal, hold them to a field goal there. But for the most part, when we needed a play earlier in the game, we did not get it. Credit Indiana, they made the plays there, and we didn't. Special teams, I'm gonna give a flat out F. A missed field goal at the end of the first half. Malley, people don't talk about the Malley thing. Listen, I know Malley wants to be a hero, but in that spot, you gotta let the ball go in the end zone. Get the field position. Because 3 plays later, after Malley's play that pinned us back inside the 5, tried to be a hero, didn't work there. The block punt happens, and they get 7 points off that. So, the little things. Indiana made did the little things right, and we didn't. That's what it came down to. So, let me end on a personal note, if I may. I really want to thank Barstool Sports for really giving me this opportunity the last 2 weeks to be at the Fiesta Bowl, the semifinals, and of course last night's game at Hard Rock. To be where I was the last 2 weeks: Arizona, Vegas with my family, and then at Baltimore, get some downtime, and then the national championship last night. To treat me like first class, I gotta thank Austin from Barstool Sports. I gotta thank Tate from Barstool Sports, and I've gotta thank Kat as well. Does a great Dan Big Cat Katz, and Caitlin, the travel agent. Everybody at Barstool Sports was tremendous to me. For that, I universally thank you guys. Thank you very, very much. I humbly appreciate it. I am very, very grateful for everything you've done for me. I will never forget that. I really won't. It was an experience I will never forget as long as I live. And also, before I go, I do want to thank Mike Grotsky from Caesars in Las Vegas. Treat us to my brother-in-law and I, to dinner Tuesday night. Of course, I couldn't get the preview show. I know all the legal stuff and all that. But anyway, Mike Grotsky, thank you tremendously for everything you did for me and my family while in Vegas. You guys run a first-class organization there. It's something I will never forget. Thank you tremendously. So that puts a bow on the 2025 season. It's been an honor to do this every week during the season. And I'll come back in 2026 for football. Who knows when you'll see me again? Maybe before then. Maybe when I do the preview series, but maybe you'll see me for basketball, depending on how we do. Maybe baseball as well. But this is the end of the football season podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening this year. Take care. God bless you. Win or lose. That's what it is, boys. Right there. It's all about the you. Take care, and God bless you all.